was very difficult in the beginning to kind of live with that mantle of being America's velvet teddy bear because I didn't really know who that person was. Velvet teddy bear. What do I feel about the title Velvet Teddy Bear? I was given that name by somebody that I admire and respect and adore and hope to one day achieve the level of success that she's been able to achieve in the industry, Miss Gladys Knight. It was very difficult in the beginning to kind of live with that mantle of being America's velvet teddy bear because I didn't really know who that person was. The 205 situation was about 10 years ago, and it was really unfortunate because, first of all, let me just start off by saying this to my fans. Like, I really apologize for not being able to work something out with those guys because people really loved that shirt. You know what I mean? And no matter what the true or false of the situation is, like, people were really disappointed that at the end of it, they couldn't represent Alabama by wearing those shirts. Long ago. So when I first started, everybody was saying Ruben should be Luther Vandross. And I never really understood that because I'm not him. You know what I mean? I never thought I could sing as good as him. All these things about him, they aren't Ruben Studdard. You know what I mean? But I finally, the older I get, the more I understand what they were saying. It wasn't that the people wanted me to be Luther, is that they wanted me to get in the lane that he had. You know, I got a lot of negative comments about the song that I put out called June 28th. When I wrote that song, I tried to write it from a place of, you know, not being sad or not and not having any hard feelings. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people took it as me trying to diss my ex-wife, which was not really my intention. My intention was to show that, listen, I just went through this situation that is obviously painful for the majority of people that have to go through it, and I want to come out on the end being okay. When you're separated from somebody that you your family or that you love, you have a lot of time for introspection or like to be able to look inside of yourself and see what were the things that you did wrong. And I'm sure it was like, after I got married, we were only married for 2 months, and the 2 months after we were married, I was on the road for 9 months doing Ain't Misbehaving. In the beginning, you start off being mad because you only see what you want or what you think the other person has done to you. But when you get an opportunity to settle and think about things, you really see how, it probably was not the most ideal situation for somebody who's just getting married. And so I really loved my wife. This EP that I'm putting out, which is called, Ruben Christopher Studdard, the truest representation of who I am musically without any guidance. So I said, I'm gonna call this Ruben Christopher Studdard. But I had, I decided to rent a studio, and these were the songs that came out when I was by myself with no Clive Davis, no J Records, no Sony, just me in the studio with my friend Ernest Eccles, who basically produced the majority of this music. Gift from God was exactly what it says. Like, it was a day when we weren't really in the studio with any purpose at all. It just started out as just a playing around day, and the music just came out of nowhere. Ernest started playing the chords, and that first line, when he was playing that, I heard that I wake up every morning to your smile. It gives me chills because I know that I got someone that really loves me. And after that, it just, I mean, it literally just flowed. I mean, we probably wrote that song in like 20 minutes.
Oh, but I guess fate ain't fair.
Not only do I have one of the best bands in the land, but there are 2 or 3 people in my band who could probably be 2 of the best producers in the world, you know, haven't given a chance. You know, Alvin Garrett and John Jackson, you know, are outstanding musicians, but not only are they outstanding, they're also good in studio. I made a lot of mistakes in the way that I handle situations, in the way that I allow people in my business, in the way that, you know, I've had relationships. It's just, I've had my fair share of some public embarrassment, you know what I mean? And it's all good. You wanna know why? Because I probably will have more, and and it's something that it's called living life, man. You know, I'm at a point right now where I'm not afraid to just live. You know what I mean?
With nothing real to show for all this time.